So this is the sketchbook. Hi, if this is your first time here, my name is Lee. This is Lee Spot. Subscribe, whatever. I decided to embark on a sketchbook challenge. I've always seen these on the internet, but I've never actually done one myself. And I just decided to do it while I was out of town, actually, with my family. I started it then. I just got this little sketchbook from Daiso. So it's got these cool little doodles on here. I didn't draw these myself. I just thought that they were cute. And yeah, as you can see, it is, yeah, Daiso Korean style drawing book. What is it, 32 pages. It's not that big, so it's not like full size. It's not as big as my usual sketchbook. And for comparison, my usual sketchbook is about this large in comparison. So this is the size comparison to all of this. Actually, I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit. Yeah, this is the size comparison when you put them together. So clearly I'm like, honestly, this is the biggest sketchbook I've ever had. So I'm used to bigger ones, but yeah, let's just kind of get into it. Clearly this is not that many pages. This is what it looks like on the side. It's gotten a little bit chunkier because like me using materials and actually drawing on it. But when I tell you, I absolutely despise this shit. Genuinely, I despise this. The paper is so bad. The paper is terrible. I would honestly say that notebook paper is better than this. I don't know why. Literally, you can see on the back, it literally says, do not get this product wet. So I was very limited in the materials that I could use for this, but we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. We have the front. So yeah, July 2nd through July 9th. I literally just finished this, what is it, last night or the night before? Yeah, it was last night. I finished this last night, and when I started it, I got these rules for myself. So I must fill the page before moving on to the next one. I can't draw the same thing twice. So technically, I think that I actually abided by the second one. The first one, hell no. At that point, I think maybe I abided by that for like 4 pages. And then after that, I did not give a single fuck. I need this to be done. Because for a little bit of context, like I said, was out of town. I was working on it diligently for like the first 2 days of my vacation, and then didn't work on it for like 3 or 4 days, and then had 2 days to finish the rest of it. And during those 3 days, 2 or 3 days in the beginning, this is kind of the first sketch that I ever did while I was in the car, actually. So we just have like a couple of cat sketches, which I usually don't draw animals. I usually draw people. So I'm trying to get more into that and like expanding my abilities and not just spamming the same, I don't even know, just spamming the same like portrait drawings. So like we have the stars around, and it's like very, 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 very rough sketches of what a cat looks like and things like that. So yeah, all these references are honestly from Pinterest, which is where I get most of my references. Yeah, and I just have this big ass board just called references of like 500 plus pictures. So that's what I did with that. And yeah, we just have, here are just some ideas on this side of the page. Basically, while I was on vacation, I asked my family, like I told them I was doing this, and I was like, okay, do you guys have any ideas for me to finish this book? And at first I was aiming to finish it during the vacation. That was not about to happen. That was not about to happen at all. Genuinely very glad that I gave myself the whole week, because a large portion of this book was completed here, like when I got back from vacation and like got back to my apartment. So yeah, here's just like some rough jellyfish just to kind of get the page gone. And then we have this little sketch here. which is just like, I didn't do this based off of a reference. I kind of just put down something at first. I think, yeah, forehead's super, super big. And I usually don't do a lot of character designing. I do a lot of like drawing of things on Pinterest. But yeah, these two are also Pinterest references. This I didn't like finish because I didn't really feel like it. But I think I also did these two in the car actively. So I kind of just, they're very, very rough because I absolutely despise drawing in the car because it's just, yeah, I need stagnancy. And yeah, these, there's like kind of rough lines, and I just put like kicks because like, yeah, they're kicks, and these are like sticky notes that I put on here once I got home. And yeah, there's just some markers. I think I used highlighters in the background. Yeah, because I only brought this on my vacation, so I didn't have all my materials, but I had like highlighters and my pencil that I brought, and then like pens and shit like that. So it's like I didn't have a lot to work with. And yeah, these are just Pinterest references, and then this one I didn't finish. So yeah, there's not much for that page. This was, okay, so basically this was also done in the car. You can tell by how rough everything is. This page is my brother, and this page is me. And basically we just did like this drawing challenge where one of our cousins timed it. Actually, no, we timed each other, but one of my cousins gave us basically the prompts and like what we were gonna draw and stuff like that. So there, we only did 4 of them so that it would like fit in one page. And the first one, I think it was like something in nature, then like a bird, and then a cathedral, and then a bedroom. So my sister absolutely flamed him and took a picture of it, but it's like, it's well known that I'm more so the drawer anyway. So it's like, we kind of knew what was gonna happen, and yeah, that's just basically that. Yeah, so next page, this is the last page that I drew out of town. All of this background, I went back and put this in with like acrylic markers that I have, but like these drawings and things like that, like this over here, and then these pen drawings and this person, just very, very rough. Like, oh my God. All of this, like these past pages were all done out of town. Everything moving forward was done once I got back home. And as you can see, this has been only like 4 pages. So a large chunk of this book has been done not out of town. So I don't even know what I was thinking when I was like, okay, let me try to finish this during my vacation. Because mind you, I was gone for the weekend. So it was just Thursday and I got back Sunday. I got back home and Sunday. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because genuinely me drawing and doing these things, first of all, one of these pages isn't even a drawing, it's just prompts. So it's like 4 pages were done. There was no way I thought I was going to finish 35 pages. But anyway, yeah, that's this page. This was also a Pinterest reference. And these two actually were specific pictures that I took where we were. We went to Mississippi, and there was this really, really cool like church like cemetery that we visited for the family. So I just took a picture of that and drew that because it looked really cool, and like it was like in the backwoods, so it kind of looks very gothic and nice and cool. And then there was just like a lot of stores around that were smaller or more local and weren't like chain stores or like those really, really big monopoly ones like Walmart. There was a lot of smaller ones like this, so I just kind of drew whatever while I was in the car and just stuck my phone out the window. Then there's like some fucking, this doesn't even look like fruit, but it's supposed to be blueberries and it's supposed to be grapes. And yeah, obviously that's a person. And yeah, here we just have like me trying out a new signature from like my original name, because I'm transitioning, so I'm trying to figure out what my new name is going to look like as a signature, and like having to basically go by that. But also, like, I haven't even gotten super like stuck on what I want my new name to be. So it's just like still figuring that shit out. But yeah, this is just me like trying out different names, and this name that I am liking but am not 100% about, and like what that signature would look like. And then these are just like, honestly, right now these look like grapes, but I didn't even intend for them to be grapes. I was just like drawing shit. And yeah, it does look like grapes and stars. So yeah, that was done with acrylic markers once I got back home. This was also done once I got back to my apartment. This, yeah, this is, okay, this is gold paint in the background. So I got this big ass thing of gold paint from Amazon. And I don't know, I randomly thought of Hamilton, and middle school me just wanted to rear its head. And we have the lyrics to Nonstop of when like Aaron Burr is like tweaking out about how Hamilton's really good at writing. And then like just like ink and quill obviously over here. And then this was done with acrylic markers, but this was just like gold acrylic paint in the background, which you can kind of see. It's like, ooh, it's shiny. And then the writing was also done in acrylic marker, I think. And this was like acrylic marker. I don't know. I just kind of gave up on this because I just didn't like the way that the markers were blending together. So I was like, okay, we'll just focus on, yeah, kind of just gave up on that. But yeah, so what we have next is, just like this random, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of cheat pages in this. This to me is like a cheat page because it's just like, okay, you're trying to feel everything, but what the fuck is this? Like, you're just drawing a swirl. So yeah, honestly, I might make a video about sketchbook fillers because I'm really good at that. This is just like, this was done with my Ohuhu markers. So this is just like some water and some lily pads, and then like some details with that. I have a few of the details being like made with my acrylic markers so that it would actually stand out. But yeah, this is mainly just Ohuhu alcohol markers. And yeah, the back of that just bled through. So yeah, I noticed that about this paper. It's very thin. Like I said before, it's like genuinely, I think, worse than notebook paper in like a scholastic like composition notebook. I really feel like that paper is thicker than this. And yeah, this page, you could tell I did not give a single fuck. There's a bunch of drawings that are overlapping. You can see it, but you kind of can't. Like, this is supposed to be a goose that's here. And then this was like, I don't even know what I was doing here. I just wanted the page to be over. Can you even look at it? No, I can't. No, I can't. I really can't. Like, I think what I tried to do was like do a drawing. And then once I wasn't liking the drawing, just draw over the drawing. But then it just started to look like a bunch of jumbled bullshit. So yeah, that's what happened with that. So yeah, this is also like a kid that I saw on Pinterest. A lot of this shit in here is from Pinterest. Like, I was really just trying to get this book done. So there isn't a lot of new ideas in here. Yeah, a lot of it is Pinterest, but yeah, and then also obviously bled through, so I can't fucking draw on that. But yeah, these are just like very rough figure drawings because I am not as used to drawing full bodies. I'm more so used to drawing like I said, portraiture. So I've been trying to like practice that more. And yeah, I just kind of drew it over it. It's very fucking rough, but the general shape, I think, is almost, it looks very stylistic, which I do like about it. But yeah, practicing that more, and I did even more figure drawings. Just kind of like, all of these were just from Pinterest, so very rough. Just kind of getting the lines down. And trying to be as quick as possible about it too, I noticed that I can be very perfectionist when it comes to drawing, so kind of forcing myself to draw quicker helps a lot. And yeah, just more figure drawings and stars because I just love to use that for the page. Even more figure drawings, so it's like you can kind of see some very, very rough figure drawings, but yeah, they're there. They're definitely there. I think I like this one the most. It's a very dynamic pose, and I think I got it the most accurate to the OG picture. And yeah, just like a red fucking background with an acrylic marker. I don't know what the fuck that is. So I just abandoned the page. And yeah, even more figure drawings, but more so with clothing. I noticed that it's easier for me to draw clothing. Maybe because like I think I learned how to draw folds before I knew how to draw like limbs. So I'm much better at drawing like limbs and things like, I'm much better at drawing, sorry, folds in clothing than like human bodies. So it's like the more clothed the figure is, I notice that it's easier for me to draw it. So yeah, that is, yeah, drapery and things like that. That's just like two people's outfits that I just found. This, I was gonna work on it more, but I honestly like the vibe of the silhouette type, especially with the 3 different colors, so I just left it the way it was. But these were just like me practicing even more like silhouettes and simple shapes and things like that, and just dead ass trying to get this book fucking done. Mind you, all that I'm going through was done in the span of 2 days. So yeah. Next up, we have just like with reference, a bunch of ducks. I just decided I wanted to draw ducks because yeah. And I was trying to drawing people, and I was like, let's draw an animal. And yeah, I was trying to abide by the rules of like not drawing the same thing twice. Even though I already fucking broke that because I had 3 pages actually of people. So it is what it is. But yeah. These were all done with just like this burgundy pen, and then like these like details were done with like blue acrylic markers, I think. And then yeah, and then we have like 2 without a reference, and I was just like, okay, I don't feel like drawing ducks anymore, so there's only 2 of them over here. Then this one was actually, I think, one of the only things that came from my brain that I drew and really spent a lot of time on. I mean, you could tell because it just like doesn't look like jack shit, but yeah, this was just, I don't know, I just really wanted to draw a turtle, and then I thought, what if the turtle has like a forest on its back or something like that, or like some type of greenery or shrubbery. And so I just added in like basically the greenery details, and I was gonna make it like a city, but I think I like it a lot more because it looks like an island, honestly. It looks like an island on top of a turtle's like shell. So yeah, that's what I liked about it. And yeah, I just drew like these little green leaves around it, and then like pinks for the flowers, and then like I used a gold acrylic marker for the little jewels. And it honestly kind of reminded me of I forgot what it's called, but it's like that big ass turtle in Moana that had all the jewelry and stuff on the back. It honestly reminded me of that. But yeah, obviously this dude's more cool, calm, and collected. But yeah, this is like the only original thing in here. Oh, also this was drawn with acrylic markers. So I just wrote no on this page because I didn't give a fuck. This was also drawn with acrylic markers. I decided to draw like a little succulent, which the colors are super off. It's like, what the hell is this yellow? So I just kind of got it down and then decided to draw this little leaf. But yeah, you can tell at this point I'm very much so cheating. Like this page isn't even full. This page isn't even full, and I just don't care. I really don't care. Okay, this was me testing out my oil pastels. So these are just like very, very rough lemons that I drew. And yeah, just like this background, I just did like a full spread. And a lot of the pages moving forward, I just did like full spreads. And I have this in it so it doesn't like fuck itself up when I close the book. But I was very limited in the supplies I could use in this book, especially because like the paper is so thin that I can't put too many layers of like, if I go back, I can't put too many layers of marker on here, because you can even see like here, the paper is genuinely, from this drawing, I don't even feel like I put that many layers. From this drawing, the paper is like starting to wrinkle. And a lot of the pages are wrinkled on like sheets. Even here you can see it like kind of wrinkled, even though I didn't use that much, just because the paper is so damn thin. And that's just the thing that is very frustrating about this, because I'm used to thicker paper. And I just wrote, like I said, I really stopped giving a shit. Just wrote gay, because yeah, and there's me roughly drawing a guitar in the corner. And then yeah, here's some just pen drawings. I don't know what the fuck this is happening over here, but yeah, this one is rough, but it's just like, it's stylistic, it's interesting looking. So yeah, and then this is just, I don't know what the fuck is happening. So yeah, this again, another cheat page, but it's just shapes that I decided to draw in patterns and just do a full page spread. And yeah, pretty much this was done with acrylic markers. These are just like portraits that I did, very, very rough. Just across the whole page. I just found some faces and was like, okay, let me draw a face. I like this one a lot, honestly. And I also like that I could kind of see my art style developing from when I was younger. I'm gonna do like a full, all my sketchbook tours across my life video that I'm able to find, just so that that can be seen. So like, I think I'm gonna probably put that out like in like a week from now or something like that. But yeah, I think I like this specific one a lot because I could just see my art style showcasing itself and not just me kind of copying. It just feels very, very unique to me. And yeah, it's just acrylic with all of these as well, acrylic markers. This is just, okay, this is literally just, what the hell? Okay, yeah, this is literally just oil pastel and me just doing some fucking flower bushes. I've been recently really trying to, I've been recently really trying to get back into drawing like a kid. So I feel like I've been doing art my whole life, basically had a sketchbook throughout all of middle school and high school. And I really am trying to like push myself now with my newer sketchbooks and like just the way I'm doing art to basically make art like a kid, in the way of not being so perfectionist about every single detail and like so obsessed with it looking good or looking presentable. I think also I feel that way because like I was in art. Yeah, I was in an art class, and I was like, I did IB in high school, so I was like higher level art. And it was just, I got such a perfectionist mentality because I was starting to be graded on my art, and just losing that sense of like fun with it. I wanted to get that back. So yeah, that was just what that was, just drawing like a kid. And then these are just portraits with like color pencil and then just like acrylic backgrounds. And yeah, very rough, just kind of getting the page down. And then yeah, I just silhouetted this with like a pen so that it was something, but it's like still, I'm still very much so cheating. This one I honestly really like a lot. It was something that was very quick. I wanted to test myself to see if how quickly I could draw it without second guessing any of the like marks on the page. And also I drew it in something I couldn't erase so that I could do that too. Highly recommend it, especially like when you're doing something that you're used to drawing, I feel like, especially with faces, I get very obsessive with like the details and shit. But there's a lot of rough like lines in this that I feel like adds character to it, and I just build on top of it instead of trying to erase it. So yeah, I really like this one. And again, I like how it looks like my art style, but also looks accurate to the reference itself. So yeah. This is just, yeah, just like jellyfish and octopus that I drew just to fill the page once again. Also done with color pencil. And then this was also done with color pencil, and I did that thing where you like draw a shape and then you draw the like facial elements in that same shape. So like this was a square, and then I drew like the nose is a square and the mouth is like a rectangle and the eyes is a rectangle. This was a diamond, and then like her nose was a diamond. You can kind of see the marks in there, but yeah, you can kind of see her nose is a diamond, her mouth is a diamond, and then like her hair shape is also diamond. This was like a circle, so that's why honestly it ended up looking like a baby or like a very young person. And then this was like a triangle, but I feel like it looks less like a triangle and more like a circle. So yeah, I really like this, and I like I said, I don't usually do character designs a lot. I usually have like some type of reference and then I practice it, and then I just draw that to try to get it as accurate as possible, or like a lot of realistic stuff. But I enjoyed this. I thought this was fun because it was just like me being creative in my brain. And I was like, these low-key look like I just thought of Sunnyvale, so I just put like Sunnyvale residents, even though there's no actual lore connected to that. And yeah, this character design was interesting. And also this was done with color pencils. And this was also a reference. Actually, no. I had this idea of drawing a window and like a light coming through it. So I looked up references of windows, which is where I got like this whole thing right here. But like for the most part, this just came into my brain. Like the chair I just added. And this was also done with, God, what did I use for this? Acrylic markers. No, not acrylic markers. I think I used my Ohuhu alcohol marker. Yeah, I used like the black one, and then like for the blue, I did that with that. But yeah, that's that. And again, I cheated because this is fucking blank. So yeah. And then this bled through, so I just let that happen. This is a mix of my acrylic markers for like the background and the green and the purple here, and these are just like flowers. So yeah, and then obviously that bled through as well. I think this wasn't acrylic actually. This was the alcohol markers, and you can kind of see it and kind of not because we have the last page. So these are literally just me roughly sketching out hands, like in the roughest of manners, because yeah. And I still don't have hands down, even though I've been practicing it non-consistently since like high school. I still don't have hands down. And yeah, I'm going to practice that more. So yeah. And then we have last page. Hey, I was so fucking happy to do this. It's like I couldn't even think of anything. I was just like, let's just do last page. So I took my yellow acrylic marker and just like drew it on here because I was so done with this. I wanted this to be over. So I was like, yeah, let's not even think of anything to draw here. Just last fucking page. Just a full spread with stars. And yeah, that's the end of it. And then, yeah, this is just nothing. And just a bunch of like JJK stickers. Because, yeah, these stickers I actually got when I was in Florida a while back, like months ago. And it was this really cool store. Yeah, it was during Black Friday, I think. Yeah, it was Black Friday. And there was just we were out shopping, and then we went across the store, which had like a bunch of like animation, anime, and like Marvel stuff. And I thought these stickers looked cool. So yeah, I got them, and I just put them all in the back of this because yeah. And that is the fucking end of this god awful shit. Like, genuinely, I felt like I was being held hostage. But I'm glad I did this because I love doing things like this because it pushes me to actually work in my sketchbook. I feel like a lot of the times, especially within the past like 2 years since I graduated high school, I haven't worked consistently on a sketchbook like I used to back when I was in high school, just because I got so fucking burnt out of just like basically like pumping out art piece like all the time. And the irony is that like now I have chosen to switch my major to art and like chosen to make that my path. But yeah, I love doing this. I definitely recommend it for anybody. Get better paper though. Holy fuck. Please get a sketchbook with good paper, because or maybe you just don't care and you're not like me, you're not particular like that. But I absolutely, it just annoyed me so bad. It just annoyed me. But honestly, like I've had a sketchbook with thicker paper, and that also pissed me off. So it's just whatever floats your boat, dude. Just, I would recommend it because filling like a tiny sketchbook like this, the sense of accomplishment that you get is really, really cool. And plus, this is like a part of my like sketchbook flip throughs that I can do now. So yeah. And I don't have a lot of them. I don't have a lot of sketchbooks in my life, and I usually don't finish them very quickly. The quickest I ever finished one I think was like a little bit over a year, but again, that was back when I was in high school. So yeah, basically, yeah, 35 pages, one and done, and I actually finished it within the week. And yeah, sketchbook week challenge done.